Why hello everyone, and welcome back to FTB Unleashed with Black Dog Z. As you can see, we're sitting here staring at our cows, for no other reason than, wait, things have changed. Where's my house? House should be right here. No house. Oh, what happened over there? There's trees hanging in the air, and there's definitely a portal no longer active. Oh, that's over there? Wow. So as you can see, I've moved some stuff around. Made things a little easier to work with, closer together, tried to compact things, and I got a house. It has a heart shape on the map, which is kind of funny. I really like the shape of it, actually, and the look of it. Now this took a while to make. The reason it took a while to make is because those are bloodstone bricks, abyssal bricks, and bone dust bricks. So when you look them up, you'll notice that they have particular information here. Let me just grab some of the bricks. So we got the bleached, we got the blood-stained, and we got abyssal. Alright, so this is what I used to build the house. Let's start with these ones. These were the hardest. So if I just click on U, I can never remember what the button is to actually look up how to make something. So I usually just click U and then click that. You'll see here this is made from fitted bleached stone, bone stone. This is made from bleached bone block. That's made from 2 bricks and 2 bone meal makes 1. So basically what that means is that you got to sit there and collect a lot of bone meal. If you take a look at how big this house is, there's a lot of bone meal that went into this house. Now we'll take a look at the bloodstained blocks. So bloodstained blocks, again, as far as I can tell, no purpose other than they look pretty. Can't see anything special that can be built with them in shaped or shapeless crafting. You can build creeper blocks and stuff, but nothing special. Now, to make them, though, you combine smooth sandstone with rotten flesh or beef. Now, I used beef for part of it and rotten flesh for part of it because I was hunting monsters to get the skeletons, so I got some rotten flesh from zombies. Now, of course, making smooth stone means that we had to make chiseled sands. We needed to make sandstone, and then once we made sandstone from sand, and of course we had to collect all that sand. So all the red bricks that you see over here, they're from that. Now the black brick is just something that you mine. And if I click U, again, it looks like it's just another pretty block. All sorts of things you can do with it, just like the other blocks. But nothing really special about it. Now, this stuff is made from abyssal stone. Abyssal stone is just mined in the world. You cook it up in a furnace, and you get the abyssal blocks. So that is what our house is made out of. Our house is bigger than it seems because there's actually a downstairs here. Now, I haven't installed stairs yet, so we just kind of got to go thunk, thunk, thunk. Wow. As you can see, I've gotten all our machines set up all nicely the way I wanted them. We have our transposer, magma crucible, pulverizer, furnace, and over here we have our induction smelter. We've also got these guys, glass bells. You can hang them from the roof and you can stick something in them. You can also put them on the wall, but I really like the look of them on the roof. And if the item that you put in them emits light, it will actually emit light as well. I thought that was kind of cool. So I decided I was going to put those in. So here's our old house. As you can see, I kind of shortened the roof a little bit here. Everything's pretty much gone, except we've got our wiring underneath here now. And of course, we will have to put our plants back up, but that'll come at a later time. So there you go. There's the basics behind this. We're probably going to be spending a lot of time working down in this room here. Upstairs is basically just like temporary storage. It's going to be, you know, the pretty spot. Because, unfortunately, machines and prettiness don't always go together. So, like, I built this really nice house, but it's not always the best for where you can place items and things like that. And I didn't want to ruin the look of it by putting wiring everywhere and things like that. So, we're going to go like this. The other thing is, because of how I built the backyard, it is now perfectly safe, as you can see, completely sealed off. Spiders can get through if they try, but for the most part they won't. It's lit up just around the edge so no one will come spawn right beside it. And so that makes things a little easier. Alright, let's take a quick nap. So there you go. there's the basics of the house. Now, I wanted to make one more aesthetic thing for the house, but I wanted you guys to be around for it. This is quite expensive, so I wanted you guys to see exactly what we're making. So the first thing that we're going to need is we're going to need some basic torches. I know I have some, so we'll grab a couple of those. And then we're also going to need to go over here to this guy here. We're going to need a diamond. And I believe some gold. Because what we're going to make is a chandelier. Yeah, so some gold, some diamond, and some torches. So it's not cheap, but apparently it's worth it. It's supposed to keep things from spawning no matter what. And it also produces a lot of light. So let's go ahead and make a chandelier. There we go. And right here, that looks really good. We'll put a chandelier. Look at that. Now in theory, I can actually get rid of these. As you can see, it's not making a huge effect on the lighting. I've still got plenty of lighting. And nothing is supposed to spawn for like 64 blocks. And that's through walls even, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't know exactly how it works, but hopefully we'll find out exactly what it means, because I'd like to know, is it 60 blocks in every direction? Will nothing spawn in my basement? As you can see, we've got the two different areas. I plan on setting this up as an area for item storage. This here's going to be our work area. We can expand this way. We can also expand that way. I haven't sealed them off so that we can do that a little easier. We've got to put in actual stairs here so we're not having to jump up and down, but we now have this chandelier, which I really like. But there's one thing I wanted to do. I do believe that somewhere in here, oh no, it'll be in our wood, is fences. No sense in having the chandelier right on the roof, right? 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess as close as you're gonna get. Here we go. There we go. And of course I can still pass underneath it, not a problem. And that just gives us a kind of like a nicer look. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed when we're coming inside here. I actually did put, you know, little posts up with a little overhang, a little tiny fence here. Just like a little area. It's kind of nice. And we've got stone walkway put in all throughout, which is really nice. Makes things a little easier. This thing is fully operational, as you can see. Now, I did die once or twice. Unfortunately, as you can see, the portal's been turned off. I tried going through there again, and that was a bad idea. But if you take a look, there's a creeper hole, actually. The creeper's what turned it off. Yeah. And if you come back here, I was doing a lot of hunting, and there were a lot of creepers. So there are some creeper blasts in here, like they go pretty deep. I will fill those in eventually. As you can see, the creepers did get at some of my trees. We'll be cleaning that up here shortly. But for now, I wanted to make something to go with our last episode. So last episode, if you remember, we made a generator. So we'll go downstairs and take a look. You'll see I put the generator up over here because this is where IC2 stuff's going to go. But in order for the generator to really be of any use, we need a battery box. Now there's 3 different types. So if I just type in battery, oh, wait, it's called a bat box, not a battery box. So bat box. So if we take a look, we have what's referred to as the bat box. This is the low-end battery box. Real simple to make. It's wood, copper cabling, and batteries. So this thing is not that hard to make. And then you've got the MFE, which is the next step up. This is also a battery box. It requires double insulated gold cabling, energy crystals, a machine block, and you get an MFE. Now that's a medium voltage battery block basically. And then we have the high voltage, which is the MFSU. This is a high voltage battery block, does require 6 Lapotron crystals, an MFE, an advanced circuit, and an advanced machine block. So it's not exactly easy to build, but once you get to that point, you usually have what you need. So, let's go ahead and grab some wood. We're going to need a little more than that. We'll grab all that. Alright, so then we have some batteries. How many batteries do we have? We have 2 batteries, so I need to build 1 more battery. Do we have any copper cabling? We do not have any copper cabling. Okay, so we're going to need to grab some copper. Thought we still had copper cabling, but it is very apparent that we do not. Alright, so now I got the copper. Over here is also some rubber. And of course we do have regular rubber. I'm probably going to have to cook some of that up. I've only got 2. Okay, so we take our copper, run it like that, and we get uninsulated copper wire. That gives us a copper cable. We're going to need some redstone, 2 pieces, and iron. So then, at least I believe it was iron. It's not. It must be tin. You know, this is what I get for not looking up recipes. Yeah, it was tin. Alright. So now we got all 3 of those. We're going to need 1 more piece of wire. It looks like we have just enough rubber to get this made. We're going to need some more wood. There we go. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. That was supposed to be over there. Put that there. And these across the center. And we have our bat box. Now, before I place down the bat box, the one thing that we're going to want to make sure that we do is we're going to want to make sure that we have an industrial craft wrench. Now again, there are 3,000 different wrenches. The industrial craft wrench is this bad boy. No. This bad boy here. Maybe not. You know, I can never remember whose wrench is whose. So many wrenches, everyone just calls it wrench. Alright. Well, why don't we go like this? We can figure out which one it's at. Industrial craft. And then we can go like this. Look for a wrench. There it is. So it's this one, bronze, all the way around. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to want to tell me how to get bronze. So I just type in bronze to get bronze. Yeah, it really doesn't say. How do I get bronze dust? Copper, 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 and tin. Alright. Let's go ahead and craft that up, shall we? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a wrench in case we need to turn the battery box. The plan here is to put the battery box there so that this can charge the battery box and then I can send power down and underneath to everything else. But, as we all know, that's not always the way it works. I made too many of them, but that's okay. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only needed 2 of these. I just couldn't grab it out in time. I got 4 bronze. That's not nearly enough. I think I needed 6 bronze. Yeah, the wrench was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 is not going to be enough. I'm going to need some more copper. So that made how many? That made 4? Really? So each one of those makes 2. I was really hoping that they would make 4 each. Yeah, that's a lot. So I guess I made the right amount of tin. Didn't make enough copper. Alright, so while that's cooking up, why don't we go ahead and take a look over here. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and made some barrels, already put my cobble and my dirt in it. I do plan on automating this. I want this to be able to push and pull all of my items. The plan to do that is probably going to be, instead of using barrels and such, of course, it's probably going to be the, what's that mod called now? If I take a look here at the mod, AppliedEnergistics. So when you take a look at AppliedEnergistics, it's got, you know, matter thingies and all sorts of things that you can do for storing stuff and things like that. They have all sorts of machines used for crafting and storing, and so that's the plan, is to use AppliedEnergistics this round. It's the same thing we used last time, but this time we're actually going to get into how it works. Last time we didn't really do that, and I think that, you know, that's a downside, because I'm doing a Let's Play. We need to make sure we see how everything works. So we're just going to go ahead and toss those in, and we're going to turn that back to blue so that it can accept input again. And those will, of course, end up back up here. I've gone ahead and tossed these in case we get things like gravel. I made glass, which is why we got gravel, because I made it from wonderful... why can I never remember the name of stuff when I need to? Cobblestone. There we go. Alright, so we should be just about done here. Perfect. And I should be able to take this and go... And I have a wrench. Now, the nice thing about a wrench is that you can take it and you can do that. I didn't actually mean to do that. There you go. That's the basic idea behind the wrench. Sometimes when you do that, you can accidentally wreck stuff, so you kind of got to be careful. Alright, so now I should be able to... There we go. I can't remember if this is supposed to be input or output. I guess we're about to find out. If it's the output, it won't get any power. Just grab a couple of coal, just so we can test it. So as you can see, it's building up power. Power is not transferring, so that must be the output. So as you can see, power is now coming through. And if I actually just dig down here and show you what I did, I shift right-clicked on it, which forced that to go down, which is what we were trying to do, because I want that to be there so that it can accept input from this machine, and I want to be able to see it, but I want to be able to run cabling. So I pushed it down so that it would be able to run cabling. It's been a while since we've worked with anything industrial craft. I usually don't bother with it anymore. As you can see, the generator's got lots of power. Bat box is building up nicely. So everything will transfer over to the bat box until the bat box is full. And you'll be able to charge armor. It's even got armor slots in there, which is kind of nice. You can stick weapons and things in here to charge them up. Only if they accept low voltage, of course. As you can see, it's dropping now because it's not building up any power. That's all going to go in here. So this will allow us to basically have power. So now that that's taken care of, the last thing we want to do today is we want to build an extractor. Now an extractor might be difficult to do. Extractor. Okay, so we need 4 taps, a machine block, and an electronic circuit. So why don't we go ahead and build the 4 taps. That's 3 taps. Four taps. Alright, so we got our 4 taps. We need a machine block, which is made out of a block of refined iron, so we'll need to go get some iron and refine it. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to grab a bunch of iron and refine it, because we do use a lot of refined iron, and you can always unrefine it. So let's cook up that iron. Now I love the fact that you can use BuildCraft or thermal expansion to make refined iron. So we don't have to use coal or anything like that. We don't have to use the old school industrial craft oven that uses coal. The thing's not very efficient, that's for sure. So we can get refined iron just by throwing it in any type of furnace, which is kind of nice. I hate mods that are specific as to what you can do. We never, ever, ever want to be specific with mods. Because if you're specific, then of course it can only do certain things. Nobody wants that. Alright, so let's go ahead and build our machine block. Okay, last but not least, we need an electronic circuit. So we need... ooh, we can use force ingots? Nice. Or we can use redstone. Huh. Cool. So I'm going to use force ingots, because it seems like the way to go instead of refined iron and redstone. I have some force ingots, that shouldn't be a problem. We need 1 redstone, but we do need 6 copper insulated cabling. We've only got 3 sticky resin. And we're going to need to cook that stuff up. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm actually going to cook that. Then once we get the extractor, that should be less of an issue. Well, it's nighttime, so before we go out and find ourselves some rubber, why don't we go ahead and sleep? And then first thing in the morning here, there we go. Oh, it's still raining. We'll grab our good tree tap. Well, it's not actually raining. We'll go out and tap some of these trees here. Really? That's what I get for not paying attention. We got blown up again, damaged some, and of course it took out another one of our freaking trees. This is really annoying because there's really only so many taps. Ooh, there's one. Ooh, I fell. Alright, well I should have enough here to get us started. And of course we've got some more rubber wood, which we can use in an extractor to also extract for more, so... We might have to get some more saplings here soon though, because they're definitely getting destroyed a lot. Some dang creepers, I tells ya. Them dang creepers. Alright, so we should have a couple of rubber in here. So now I can make 4 of these. Well, 3, because I got 3 rubber. And then I'll need to go get some more copper. And while I'm up here grabbing copper, I'll also grab 2 force ingots and a redstone. I don't know if it's worth it to grab these force ingots and use them, but whoops. I think it will be in the end. Now you'll see here that I got all these spoils bags. I have not opened them yet, because once you open them they disappear, eh? So I wanted to show those on camera, so I'll do that right before we wrap up today. We'll open up a couple of spoils bags. Maybe we'll do it over the next couple of episodes. I don't know. All I know is we have them and they need to be opened. So there we go. And then we go like this. Go like that. Make some more. Okay. And 3 more. And then we go like that. I messed up. Alright, so then we put our redstone in the middle, force ingot on either side, and create 2 electronic circuits. Now I only need 1, but I'm going to use 1 later, so that is going to help there. And then the machine block goes here, electronic circuit here, and 4 tree taps. And we get an extractor. Da-da-da-da. And our extractor is actually just going to go there. Now, of course, our extractor is not actually getting any power. So we're going to have to grab some more cabling. I have 4 cables. But I'm all out of rubber. And I'm just going to use uninsulated cable. Now, it's never a good idea to use uninsulated cable because you will get electrocuted. It's not may. You will get electrocuted at some point. So, see, getting electrocuted. But the upside to using it is that I didn't use any rubber there. As long as I stay away from there, I should be fine. Now, once I've created some rubber, I can go ahead and throw some rubber on, which is kind of nice. I'm probably going to get electrocuted doing it, but that's alright. So there you go. It now has power. So now I can take this, and it will go ahead and extract that for me. And we'll have some extra rubber to work with. Now, the extractor is really slow, if you haven't noticed. But its design purpose is not to be fast, but to extract and get extra resources. So instead of getting 1, you get 3 just from that. So now what I can do is I can go over here, I can take these leftover 2, and I can rubber coat them. So now that I've rubber coated these copper cables, what I can do is I can come down here, and you're going to get electrocuted probably a little. But now, I can put in insulated copper cables. No sense in wasting, right? So that's slowly building up. We're getting plenty of rubber, which is good to see. I wish I could find one of the better rubber trees. I really like the other ones better, but these ones will work. Alright, well, we're almost done the episode. Why don't we go upstairs and open up a couple of those prize packs and see what we get. So apparently, when you kill monsters in this pack, I'm getting these drops every once in a while. I killed quite a few monsters, and I got about 9 of them. So we're going to open up 2 spoils bags today. And we'll see what's inside. So the first spoils bag has a safari net, nice, force mittens, a tear, a thaumium sword, 2 buckets of force, and some tin. And see, the moment you take the last item out, the system closes. So there's not much you can do there. So we got 1 more spoils bag. Let's see what we get. Oblivion frames, another bucket, 2 buckets of force, a steel pickaxe, and 6 force gems. So that is definitely different, eh? So now I have some buckets over here. We've also got this tank. And I like to have free buckets, so what we can do is we'll take this tank downstairs, actually. I'm just going to toss it here for now. And I'm going to empty these buckets of force in there. And that'll give me a bunch of buckets to work with. There we go. And now we got some liquid force that we can use for a force engine later. Alright. So there you go. So that's the style, that's the sort of things that you get when you start looking into these, which is kind of neat. There's all sorts of different things you can get, pretty much anything you can build. And we have a lot of them to go through. I don't want to open them all in one day for you. I want you guys to be surprised by what's in them and things like that. I have no clue what's in them. You have no clue what's in them. It's basically something to look forward to, I think, as a little gift to myself every episode. Alright, well, you guys have a wonderful evening, and let me know what you think. Remember to like and subscribe.